Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. Today we got an interesting one. This is an F-200 inline 4 2015. Remember those 200s back in 2001 through 2008, 9, 10, something like that? Maybe later there were some. Yeah, the V6, the big huge V6, they were 3.3 liters. This is the inline 4 2.8. Anyway, we're gonna replace today the tree motor, electric tree motor. I already disconnected it from the relay. You've seen those videos before, you know how to do that. But the interesting part in this job, I will try, I don't know if I'll succeed, but I will try to replace the tree motor without benching the trim unit on my bench, taking it off the motor and benching it to replace the trim motor. See if that is possible. If not, I'll just take the unit out. But we're gonna try not to, okay? First things first, we disconnect the trim motor from the relay on the top. We can obviously trim the engine up because the motor is cooked. So we're gonna go to this little oval window on the port side, and there is that little motor indented on the bracket. There is a bolt in there, which is for a flathead screwdriver, standard screwdriver. Loosen it up 3 or 4 turns, and then obviously you gotta go by force to lift this engine. I'm gonna go ahead and get the forklift and we'll go from there, okay? Follow me on that. All right, I got the screwdriver, so we're gonna go ahead and just loosen this screw, bolt. Actually, it's a valve. It's called manual release valve. So let's loosen up this valve all the way until you touch that retainer ring, about there. Don't go crazy, just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the forklift and raise this engine all the way until I can put the locks on, okay? Okay, I got my forklift right here. I got my super duper special tool. It's called engine lifter when the trim motors are broken. I'm kidding, it's just an engine belt from one of them cruisers jobs that I did or whatever. Yeah, good. So we're gonna come up with this motor. We know the manual release valve is already open, and let's go up. I'm gonna back up a little bit and start bringing this thing up. Now in case, just to be safe, okay, what we're gonna do just to protect the steering, because sometimes these steering systems are a little maniacs. So I'm gonna raise this motor just to help the, what do you call, the tie bar. There you go, good. So now I can be confident that nothing's gonna break. Okay, good. Okay, so 2 things we're gonna do. Let me see if I can get the camera a little closer, about there. Yeah, I think about there is good. 2 things we're gonna do. First, we're gonna remove these zip ties. 1, 2, 3 zip ties that are holding these 2 harnesses, which is the trim motor, and the other one is for the sending unit, for the trim up and down sending unit, okay? So we're gonna cut those zip ties, and then because we know we're ready and we're sure that the trim motor is bad, we can cut the wire. I'm gonna cut the wire in the, right in the butt right here. Boom. Cut the wire. Once that wire is cut, then we're gonna go to the other side of the motor, right? Right here on this side of the motor, the starboard side of the port motor, right here. All right, I show you, I'll move the camera, and there is on this side, you see this pin? That pin is being in position because there is a retainer ring on this side. So I show you with the camera, we remove that retainer ring. Once that retainer ring is removed, you can push that pin with your finger, right? Why you can do that? Because you already released the pressure through opening this manual release valve, okay? So now you can push that pin with your finger. Then once you do that, if we're lucky, this whole unit, well, first, we gotta find a way to bring this rod down. We'll do that together. And then this whole unit may fall forward where we can replace the trim motor. Let's see if that's possible. Okay, let's go ahead then and remove that retainer. Let's go to the other side of the motor. It's gonna be a little dark because I didn't move the light, but you'll be able to see. That's a pin, that's the retainer. I'll use my retainer pliers to open it, right? Are you seeing that? Open it, take it out, and watch your face. Sometimes it jumps at you. Okay, I'm gonna grab it with my hand. And then as I told you, look at this. Let me see if, see, you can do this. Okay, just with your finger. There was no force, no hammer, no chisel. That's your pin coming out, and we're gonna take it out, all right? Good. That's pin, retainer, and pliers. Now we got this whole unit loose, right? Let's cut that cable right here, right at the top of the trim motor. We already know that the motor don't work. And then we're gonna bring this thing down. I'll show you a trick for that. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna leave that. Let's leave that, those wires hooked up to the trim motor for now, because that's kind of holding the unit for us, okay? So let's leave it there. We already know that the pressure relief valve was open, so we know there is no pressure in the unit. So be careful with these bushings. You don't want to lose them. Right on the top, see? One is already coming out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a rag. See, part number, this is a special tool, part number RAG, whatever rag. Okay, we're gonna put a rag, right? And then we're gonna come down, and then we're gonna hold this thing and bring it down. Down, down, down it comes. Pressure, 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 and that's it. Boom. All right, see? Now, once you take the special tool, number RAGG, whatever, remember the bushings. Take the bushings out. 1, 2. Okay? Now the unit is ready to fold forward, but we gotta cut the wires. Let's do that next. Okay, so this, the cable, let me put this through so like if I never cut it. All right, so I cut the little zip ties that were holding these two harnesses, which is the trim motor wires and the wires to the trim sender to show in your gauge where the motor is up and down, okay? So we're gonna take these wires out of the bracket, and now the trim unit fell forward up to there, right? Because it's got 2 stops. It's not gonna fall all the way down. The other models are the ones that come all the way down. This has got 2 stops. So it gives you enough space. You see, I'm touching now the 2 front bolts, and with my 2 fingers, see how easy? I'm touching the 2 in the back, okay? If you wanna do it right there, it's fine. If not, you wanna go further. Let me see if the camera is adjusted correctly. If you wanna go more comfortable, it's very easy. Just remove this cable from your zinc, which is the connection for the electrolysis between your zinc and your trim unit, okay? Disconnect that cable with the number 10 right there, and remove these 2 14 bolts. 1 here, 1 there. Remove those 2 bolts and push this pin out, and then the whole unit will come out, okay? I just wanted to show you that it is possible to remove it. See, the 2 in the front, see, 1 here, see, number 10, loose already. Let's do the other one right here, see? Loose already. Let's go the 1 in the back. Very easy, I just don't want to be in front of the camera. Right there. Loose the 1 in the back, and let's go to the other one, which is right in this corner. Right there. See? Loose the other one. So the 4 bolts are already loose. So you can take this out and put the other one. So I'm going to take the motor out so you can see that it's possible. Okay, let's take these 4 bolts out, and then I turn the camera on again, okay? That's 2. And the ones in the back are already loose. So this motor is coming out, no problem. Okay? All right, and the other one is loose too. Let's take it out. Okay, so see, it's coming out. All right, let's turn the camera off for now. Once those 4 bolts are out, I'll show you. Okay, so 4 bolts are already loose. 1, 2, already got the ones in the back. 3 and 4, right? Got it. Okay, 4 bolts out. And now we're gonna put a rag on top of my oil pan because I don't want that hydraulic fluid just jumping all over the floor. So we're gonna take this baby out. Just give it a little persuasion, and we're gonna bring the special tool, persuasion number, hit it hard. And then the other side, and that's it. See? This is your trim motor, that's your O-ring. Don't forget your O-ring. Where is it at? Right here. Is it there? No? Then it's gotta be on this side. Okay? I don't see the O-ring there. Hold on, where's my O-ring? Oh, right here, okay? This O-ring, you're gonna replace it with a new one, okay? This is gonna drip for a little bit. I can see there is brand new, beautiful fluid, so everything is perfect in there. Just bring your motor, put your new O-ring, boom, and install your motor. If you wanna take the unit out, you can by removing these two 14s and push this pin out of the way. But this is a way that's gonna save you time, and it's a perfectly well done job. No problem with that. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and put it together. All right. So we opened up the. So we got the motor with the O-ring right there. Let me clean a little bit of the excess. You got the O-ring right there submerged on the grease, and we're ready to install it. Now, let's go to the motor, and we'll install it together. Okay? Follow me on that. All right, so we have our trim motor, we have our O-ring in place. Let me put this tool away. Now we have the base where it's gonna go. We're gonna clean it a little bit. Let me put this motor right here. We're gonna clean the area from the inside to the outside so we don't wanna put any dirt inside the unit, right? So we're gonna clean, let me see if that camera, I've knocked that camera twice already. I'm still in good position, yes, so you can see everything. Okay, now let's get a dry rag. Let's clean the edges really, really well. Where the O-ring goes, it's very important to clean that groove. Okay, so once the O-ring groove is very clean, put the rag on top like that. So you can, soak up a little bit of fluid in your rag so you don't have a puddle right there. Now, as you can see, there is that little piece. Let me see if I can show it to you with a screwdriver. This is where the motor would fit. You see that little gear? This is where the motor is gonna fit. The motor turns this thing really fast to the right to bring the pistons down, and to the left to bring the pistons up, right? So what I do is I put this from 12 to 6 o'clock. Instead of like that, from 3 to 9, I put it from 12 to 6 in this way, correct? North to south, you can call it bow to stern. There you go, like that. And then I put my motor. Remember, the motor was with the wires to the left, the closest to the bracket. Remember before we cut them? Good. So we're gonna bring this through this hole, both cables, both wires. Okay, they are marked, one blue to go up, one green to come down, okay? All right, so we bring this cable up, put the wires to the left, closest to the bracket, and put my gear at 12 o'clock, from 12 to 6. I think we're pretty close right there, yes. See, just like that. So when I put it on, I won't be touching the gears on top. So here we go. Use my flashlight. Make sure I'm going straight, just like so, like that, and boom. It's in the back. Yes, sitting in the back, sitting in the front. All right, motor is installed. See, it's set perfectly. The O-ring is already sealing. All you need to do now is put a little bit of, see, it's so dry, they don't use anything. A little bit of Loctite, either blue or red. This is a trim motor under the water, so I'd rather use the red one. And we have the motor already installed, Loctite on the bolts, that's done. Then we pass the cables, remember it was on the left, the cables, the wires to the motors were on the closest to the bracket, so you can feed the wire through the holes, through this hole in the bracket, right? Once you do that, then you put zip ties, right? Zip ties, and then you have this red tape. Usually now it's red, before it used to be white. This is what tells you how far you have to fit this. Let me put the camera up a little bit, like that. Okay, maybe here, can I see there? Yeah, you see, I'm gonna fit these cables through this hole right here, this grommet, rubber grommet on the engine pan. So when I run these wires, I'm gonna go in like that, going in inside the motor, and I will stop in the red tape right on the grommet. That will give you the exact loop that you have to leave outside for the engine to go up and down, left and right, without kinking or breaking this cable, okay? All right, so I'll put the 2 bushings on the side. I brought this rod down a little bit. Now we are almost ready to put it up. Now to put it up there, I'll use a battery, and I'll put the, what wire am I gonna put on the positive? The blue, right, to go up, and the green in the negative. About there, right? A little bit more. I think we are almost there to put that pin through. Let me see. Yeah, we're perfect right there. So right now, we're gonna get our pin. Remember the pin that we removed from here? Grease it up a little bit. Not too crazy on the grease, because then it turns into sludge. Okay, that's a little bit right there. That's enough. And we're gonna put our thing right here. Let's line this up. Ready? I think this moved after I walked away. This went up a little bit. Let me get in here for a second. Okay, maybe this way a little bit. Okay, good. And once it's almost there, I can see that I need to go up a hair. So I put my hand here, and I lift the motor here with my hand, just a hair. That's it. You got the pin on. So now the retainer. Remember the retainer that was on this side? We're gonna do it next. Put the retainer there. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the retainer. Put my finger on the other side so it doesn't move. Open it up, go to the groove. Obviously, like every other snap ring, put the flat side, the flat face of the snap ring to the outside. If you look at every snap ring, there is kind of a round side, and there is a flat side. The flat side goes to the outside to prevent it from coming out. You know, it grips better. All right? And then we'll just fit this one through. First terminal, grab it inside. I got it. And then second terminal, push it in, grab it inside. I got them both. And then the cable, remember, you fit in the cable. Where are you going to stop? Remember? Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here comes the red tape. Red tape, stop right there. Right. Red tape. See it? Leave it right there. It gives you what you need to run this wire. So that means that the one on the sender, it was too long. Right there. Now they're both the same. Perfect. All right. Okay, now we're gonna feed the wires through the first fastener, the ring right here. There is 2, 3 rings, fasteners. So try to use them. People just don't like using those because they're lazy. But believe me, if Yamaha put them there, it's for a reason. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, open this one up, and then let's take this cable out of there. All wire out. Got it. Now let's put the new one in. This one we know in here that it had a loop. So let's respect that. Let's do the same. When you take your boat to a shop, why would everything be different to what was done in factory? Can't fathom that. I just can't understand. Okay, good. So we put it through the first retainer, fastener, whatever, with a little loop right there. We're gonna go under the positive of the starter through the next fastener right there, respecting the same exact route from factory. When you're dealing with electrics, wires and stuff, it's a good idea to respect that. Okay, so here we are. Come on. What's up? It's not letting me go through. Why? Okay, got it. Done. Now we're gonna go up. We're gonna go behind these two alternator wires, harnesses, whatever you wanna call it, and make a loop and go right here. You can tell which one is which right there. You see that the blue is in the bottom, the green is on the top, correct? Blue on the bottom, green on the top. Let's see if that's true. I'm just gonna put it with my fingers. Blue in the, let's hold it there for a second and press the trim switch. Let me see, up, yes. Down, yes. So the blue went down, you can see the blue wires here. And take these number 10s out. That's where they go. Put your cover on, boom, done. All right, I hope you found this helpful, and usually when I do my own trim units, I take them out and bench them, you know, put them on my feature on the bench and work nicely and comfortable. But I just wanted to do this because I received a few questions in my other videos about trim units, and they ask me always like, can you replace the trim motor without removing the unit? Can you do this? Can you do that? So this proves that at least in this type of trim unit, by the way, this is a Showa trim unit, all right? The other ones, I believe Mikuni are the other ones, or I don't know if I'm mixing that with the VST tank, but I believe they are. This one is a Showa. So in the Showa, you can, because you don't have any pigtails of hydraulic tubings coming out in the bottom. There are other units that they have those hydraulic tubings below the tilt, the center rod. Those are a little harder to do. I'd rather take the unit out, do it on my bench, perfect. It's only a couple of 14 millimeter bolts on the side of the trim unit and the whole thing comes out. No reason why not to take it out, unless you have to remove like some engine mount bolts from the transom, and then it becomes a hassle. And it might be probably a good idea to save the customer some money in labor and do it by tilting the trim unit, but some of them you can't because the brackets will not have the opening here and will not allow you to do that. So anyway, I hope it helps. Don't forget that subscribe, thumbs up stuff. That'll be helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.